Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Naomi and thanks so much for clicking to watch another video. Okay, so for today's video, we're talking all about lock jewelry. So the do's, the don'ts, the when should you wear it, when should you take it out, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, then just go ahead and keep on watching. All right, so I have a list because I didn't want to start rambling or going all over the place. So if I keep looking to the side, that's what I'm looking at. But the first one on my list is basically what is lock jewelry and the types of lock jewelry that you can put in your hair. So I'll have a bunch of pictures flashing on the screen for you to see, but kind of self-explanatory. Lock jewelry is just jewelry for your locks. So jewelry that you can install on yourself or of course have installed for you on your locks. They can be through the length of your locks towards the root. They can be on the ends of your locks as well. And so the different types of lock jewelry, at least that I've worn, are the cowrie shells. I still have those in my hair. I don't know if I have one loose. Yeah, kind of so. My hair is doing something crazy, so. But this is a cowrie shell. Like I said, I'll have all that stuff on the screen, but you can have shells. I have lock sprinkles in my hair. So lock sprinkles are just beads that are sewn into the ends of my hair. And so what I mean by the ends is the very, very tip. I do have a video all about lock sprinkles and how I install them and all that good stuff. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and check that video out. But I love the lock sprinkles. I just recently took those out. I also had a bunch of lock jewelry from, oh God, what's the shop? Jazz Inspires Lock Jewelry, and she's on Etsy. I'll have her information down below, and I also have a video on how I installed her jewelry in my hair. But yeah, those are like coils. They were jewels, some stones, I think some beads as well. So I had a lot of lock jewelry in my hair at one time, and I loved it. I love lock jewelry. It's so pretty. But yeah, there are a bunch of different kinds of jewelry, even jewelry not really specific for locks. So you can put like beads, like the beads that you would put on the end of some box braids. People do like string or twine that you can kind of like coil around your lock. I've seen that, and that is super duper cute. But yeah, you can really get creative. You can do ribbon, like literally anything. You can do those like little clips that you put on braids as well. The gold, I think they usually gold. They have them in silver too, but they're just like wire that you kind of like expand and then clamp back around your lock. But yeah, there are a ton of lock jewelry out there. You can literally just search it on Amazon or on Etsy if you want to search or shop like Black-owned business. So yeah, there are tons of lock jewelry that you can choose from out there. Okay, and then this question is one that I've gotten a lot of DMs on, especially when I was wearing a bunch of lock jewelry from Jazz Inspires on Instagram. People were asking me, when should I wear lock jewelry? Is it too soon for me to wear lock jewelry? Hey, I just started 2 weeks ago and I'm bored with my hair, like my hair is boring. Can I put some sprinkles in my hair? Or, hey, I'm almost a year. Like, you know, when did you put your lock jewelry in? Or when do you think it's okay for me to put it in? So this is my opinion. These are all my opinions, and by any means, like, to kind of preface all of my videos, of course, I'm not a professional, like I'm not a certified loctician or anything like that. I'm experiencing things with you guys on camera myself. This is my first lock journey, so I'm just telling you guys from experience and what I've done personally. But I would say if you are super early on in your journey, and I'm talking like 6 months and earlier, or 6 months and less, or maybe even a year less, honestly, because I put jewelry in my head for the first time, I think I was like a year and 6 months, I think. Yeah, I want to say it was like a year and 6 months. I was over a year when I put lock jewelry, any type of lock jewelry in my hair. And that's just because you want to make sure that your hair has formed. You want to make sure that your hair is mature. You want to make sure that it's locked, like actually locked. And I felt like my hair was locked at like 8 months, but lo and behold, it was not fully locked. So when I say fully locked, I mean like your hair is like mature. It's no longer in the baby stages. It's no longer in the teenager stages. Like your hair, you can't see the 2-strand twist. You can't see the coil or whatever you might have started with. Your hair has thickened up. It's softened. It's shrunk up. Like all of that like preliminary phase has been done, and so you really want to make sure that you do lock jewelry if you place anything in your hair on mature locks, just because you want to prevent any damage, any possible damage to your hair. So some of the lock jewelry styles you have to, like my cowrie shells, some of them I put like a gold hoop into my hair, so I'm literally piercing a hole through the end of my lock or through the middle. One of them is like in the middle of my lock, but I'm basically making a hole in my hair to get that ring through. And so if your hair is not really all the way locked yet, you might be either preventing or prolonging that, or just plain up damaging your hair. And so you really don't want to do that too early on. I'll talk a little bit more about the cons, but that's just the main thing, is that you want to make sure your hair is mature. You want to make sure that your hair is stable enough to hold on to that lock jewelry, because you don't want anything like weighing your hair down, if that makes sense, because that can cause like thinning and all that stuff down the line. But yeah, I'll touch on that. Just actually, I can do that now. So yeah, the cons or the possible like damages that it might happen to your hair is if you do it too early. So like I was saying, if you put anything heavy on your hair, so a lot of the jewelry that I had like stones on it, and it was like wire and all of that, and that did add some weight to my locks. So I put the wire jewelry mainly on locks that were super thick. And so for when it weighed it down, my base was thick enough and strong enough to sustain like the extra weight. And of course, to you, if you're holding it in your hand, like lock jewelry is not heavy, but for your hair, that constant weighing down, like over time, it can be damaging and can be thinning. So just make sure you're careful with that. Like I said, for new locks, if you're putting anything through your locks, or especially for the coils, so the coils literally would like wrap around the lock. And so for mine's have really like puffed up, or they've gotten a little bit thicker than they were with the 2-strand twist. So when they're in a coil and your hair is still like 2-strand twisted or coiled, you don't kind of want to like, it's almost like stunting the growth. Because if it's like, okay, this is growing and expanding, and then you put a coil on it, it can only expand as far as much as the coil is. And I really hope that makes sense. But you really just don't want to stunt like the growth of your hair. You want your hair to go through all the changes, go through all of the phases unhindered. You know, you don't want anything to hinder that process. All right, and then one of the last ones I had was, when should you take it out? So when I took my lock sprinkles out, and I took them out for my wedding, because I didn't want them to be in the style that I had them in. That was just my preference. But I had a lot of people ask me like, wait, why did you take your lock sprinkles out? People were commenting either and mainly DMing me like, hey, what happened to your sprinkles? Like, I love them on you. I was like, me too. But I just didn't want them from that style. And so a lot of people were saying like, were they damaging your hair? Like, did they fall out? What was going on? And so the way I put those sprinkles on my hair, they were sewn in, so they weren't falling out of my hair or anything at all, actually, which was great. They held up pretty well. They were tarnishing a little bit, so and that was like after a while too. I had them in my hair for at least like 4 months, I feel like, at a time before they really started tarnishing. The color beads that I had were gold, and so they ended up being like a silver. It's almost like the gold like washed off, so it was like a silver-ish, like kind of weird bronzy looking color, and I really didn't like that. So that's why I don't have them in anymore. I'm giving my hair a break also, because I was just like, okay, I'm kind of over the sprinkles right now. Like, they were cute. They may be making a comeback, who knows? But yeah, that was really the reason. They weren't damaging my hair or anything at all. I do have a takedown video on how I got the lock sprinkles out of my hair as well. But yeah, they weren't damaging my hair at all. It was just like, I just got tired of them, really. So I would say take your lock jewelry out specifically when you're washing your hair. So especially those coils that you would get with like stones or any type of like lock jewelry on them, make sure you're taking those out when you wash your hair, because constant water, the shampoo, of course, the conditioner that you put in your hair, you don't want all those products to mess up or damage the jewelry itself. I mean, you paid some good money for it. You want them to last you forever, like a really, really long time. So you don't want any of those chemicals or oils or anything like that to damage your the lock jewelry. So that was one thing that I learned about the sprinkles, is because of course I wasn't taking those out like every single time I washed my hair, so I could really see the effects of the water, like the hard water, the soap, and all that stuff on my on the lock sprinkles. And so I would definitely say take it out when you're washing your hair, and then also take it out like if you feel like the jewelry is leaving a dent in your hair. So what I personally have been doing is wearing lock jewelry now for special events. I used to, when I first got the jewelry, because I was thirsty. I was real thirsty. I would wear it all the time. I would keep it in my hair. I would sleep in it. I wouldn't wash my hair. Like, I would take it out of my hair and put it right back in as soon as my hair was dry. But I found that I was getting dents in my hair, like where the lock jewelry was. And that was because the lock jewelry, like the one one size I had ordered from Jazz Inspires, one of them was a little bit too small. Like I had ordered the wrong size, because she can customize it to whatever your lock size is. But apparently I estimated way off. But I put it on one of my smaller, like skinnier locks. And so it even left a dent on that as well. And now it's fine. Like I washed it, it puffed back up, it was fine. But if you're wearing your jewelry for an extended amount of time, that can also cause a problem too, just with your locks getting dented and maybe eventually even thinning. And of course you don't want that. You don't want any damage to your hair at all. So I would just say try to kind of avoid leaving your lock jewelry in for a long amount of time. Give your hair a break, give your hair a breather. Just give your scalp a breather too, because it might be a little bit heavy on your scalp as well. So yeah, I would say don't wear it for long extended periods of time, or either just wear it on special occasions like I'm doing. All right, y'all, that is all I have. I hope those were some quick, easy tips for you guys if you're thinking about starting to wear lock jewelry, or you know, you're kind of thirsty like me, like I want to wear lock jewelry now, sis. Like I hope these were some tips to kind of help you. Patience is key. Patience is key. Even if you do want to wear some jewelry on your hair earlier on, just make sure it's light and make sure you don't keep it in all the time. If you want to go out for a special event, wear it for that event and then come home and take it off. You should be fine. But yeah, I did hope this video helped. If it did, make sure to go ahead and give me a like. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on those notification bells to make sure that you're notified every time that I post a video. I did post make a post, like a poll on my community tab. So please go vote on that now. I would really, really appreciate your input on any content ideas that you have for me. I kind of want to dabble into some vlogs. So we'll see. My life, I feel like my life is a little bit boring. I just work and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to create some different content for you guys, because I mean, I love talking about locks. Like that's gonna be the main thing, but I did want to try to incorporate some other things on my channel for you guys as well, to create and kind of keep it spicy over here. But yeah, let me stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for clicking to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.